Look at this button. When I hover on it, the color just snaps, no smoothness. Now watch this one. Same button, same hover, but this time it glides. The only difference between those two, one single CSS property, transition. And in the next few minutes, you're gonna understand exactly how it works, every part of it, so you can make any element on your page move like that. Without transition, CSS is instant. You change a color, it changes. You change a size, it changes. Immediate, no in between. But in the real world, nothing happens instantly. A door doesn't teleport open. A light doesn't just appear, it fades in. That's what transition gives your web page. It fills in the in between, so changes feel natural. Here's the simplest example. Without that transition line, instant color change. With it, smooth. The browser figures out every step between the two colors automatically. That's the whole idea. Now let's break it into its 4 parts. Transition property. This tells CSS what to animate. So here you are saying, hey, only animate the width. If anything else changes on hover, leave it instant. You can animate almost any CSS property. Width, height, color, background, opacity, font size, border radius, but not everything. Properties like display can't be animated because they have no in-between state. You can't be half block and half none. The safe bet is to stick with numeric properties. Things that have a clear start and end number. Those always work. Transition duration is how long the animation takes. You set it too fast, like 0.05 second, and nobody even notices the animation. Set it too slow, like 3 seconds, and it feels sluggish. For more UI interactions, 0.2 second to 0.4 second is the sweet spot. You can use seconds S or milliseconds ms, so 0.3 second and 300 ms are exactly the same thing. Transition timing function is the one most people skip, and it's the one that makes the biggest difference. It controls the speed curve of the animation, not how long it takes, but whether it starts fast, ends fast, or stays constant the whole way. Think of it like driving. You can drive at a constant speed the whole way, or accelerate at the start, or slow down before you stop. That's what timing functions do. So here are the main ones. Ease is the default, and it works great for most things because it feels natural. Ease out is great for elements coming onto the screen. They rush in and then settle gently like something landing. Ease in is good for elements leaving the screen. They start slow then pick up speed like something taking off. Linear is mostly used for spinning animations or progress bars where you want a constant mechanical feel. And then there is one more powerful option, cubic bezier. This is custom. You control the exact curve with 4 numbers. If you go to cubicbezier.com, you can drag the curve around and preview it in real time. That's the easiest way you get the exact feel you want without guessing. Transition delay adds a wait before the animation starts. So the hover happens, but the animation waits half a second before it starts moving. This is super useful when you have multiple elements animating in a sequence. You stagger the delays so they don't all move at once. Each card waits a little longer than the one before it. The result looks like a wave. Very clean and professional. So instead of writing 4 separate lines, you can combine them all in one. The order is always property, duration, timing function, delay. You don't have to write the delay if it's 0, so most of the time you will just write this. But what if you want to animate both the background and the transform on hover? You have 2 options. Option 1, you can list them separately with a comma. This is the best approach when each property needs its own timing or duration. Option 2, you can use the all keyword. This animates every property that changes on hover. Simpler to write, but be careful. It can cause unexpected animations on properties you didn't intend to animate. Use it for quick prototyping, but for production code, listing properties individually gives you more control. Now here's a card with multiple transitions working together. On hover, the card lifts up, the shadow gets deeper and the background lightens slightly. 3 things happening at once, each with its own timing. One thing to notice, transitions only work between 2 states, a start and an end. So if you are using display none to show or hide something, transition won't work on it because display has no in-between value. To fix this, use opacity and visibility together instead. This gives you a smooth fade in and out that actually works. That's everything you need. Go add a transition to something on your current project right now, even just a button hover, and you will immediately see how much more alive your UI feels.